Hello everyone and welcome to Art with Kendra. When I'm teaching art, I often get people asking me how to properly blend alcohol markers. And I'm self-trained for the most part when it comes to alcohol markers. So I found a technique that works for me and I'm going to share it with you here today. So I'm going to pick two colors to blend together. I'll do this a few times, but these two, there's a nice contrast between them. One of them is like a nice dark green. The other one is a medium blue. You can kind of see these two colors here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition from the dark one into the light one. Now you want to make sure that you have something underneath your page because marker tends to bleed through. Even sometimes on thick paper, I will experience this. Now, today I'm using Copic sketch markers. These are alcohol-based markers. They are refillable and they have two different tips. So you can see we have a brush tip on this side and we have a chisel tip on this side. For blending, I recommend the brush tip because it gives you just a little bit more sensitivity. You have a little bit more control. You can use the tip to kind of fade out of your colors and you can kind of massage them in by going in a circular motion when you're doing the blend. So I'm going to start here. I'm just going to do a little bar of gradient. So here's my green and I'm going to kind of fade it out. So this is where I'm using that tip, getting a little bit of a fade as it comes out here. Now we don't want to create streaks, so I'm trying to be subtle with it. All right, now I'm going to go in with that blue. You want to kind of work quickly. I feel like this works best before it dries. I'm going to massage that area, that transition area there. So there we go. So now my transition area has been kind of, blended a little bit. And I'm just going to go through the entire thing here. And I'm going to just kind of pull my green in, pull my blue down, that kind of a thing. Very much like you do with watercolor, actually. There we go. So that gives us kind of a transition between the green and the blue. I know that's a little bit on the dark side here. So I'll use a brighter color for this next one. I'm going to use orange and maybe like a yellow. Maybe I'll go between these two. Just have to make sure this one has ink in it first. It does not. This one I don't use too often, so it's probably got yellow. Yep. All right. So we're going to go from orange into yellow here. So I'm going to start here with my base. There we go. So again, just getting a nice solid base. Pulling this up so that it fades a little bit. Not as much alcohol marker in the top part. So we're already starting our transition. And very quickly, I'm going to go in with my brush tip on the yellow. Massage that in, kind of work that seam out, and then go down and kind of pull the colors together, just like the same way I did the other one. There we go. So that's those two colors blended together. And let's do one more. Now I don't want to pick anything that's going to be too dark here. So maybe we'll pick some pinks. Let's see if these two are different enough. Yeah, those are actually pretty different. So we're going to transition from this super, super bright pink into kind of a dull pink. And now this is a color I actually don't use very often. I tend to be more of an earth tone marker user, but it is a gorgeous color. My daughter would love this color. Actually, my son would too. Both of them really enjoy the nice bright colors. I'm using the wrong tip here. I just didn't want to lose my seam. So I'm trying to get that seam massaged out here. So you can see as I'm going over it, the colors are kind of starting to blend together a little bit, which is good. There we go. So now that I have that seam massaged, I can go in and kind of complete that shape. I just really want to work that seam out before it dries. And there we go. As the page is wet, you get a little bit more flexibility for blending. Sometimes I'll even go back in with the darker color after because it does tend to almost bleed a little bit once the page is damp. And I'll just kind of do that whole thing one more time. So with this one, I think it needs just a bit more work. And then I'm going to go in with this lighter color here. And boop, 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 boop. Do that all over again. And pull some of that up. So that's the blend there. So you can see those. I'm just going to see if the light, yeah, you see a little better there. They're so blended, like this one's so blended that these two colors almost look the same to me. I'm going to try this with a little bit of a brighter yellow, just for comparison here. Let's try these two. Let's try these two here. So we have our orange. This is going to be more contrast between the colors. The more contrast you have, the harder the blend is. So, you know, the more markers you have, the better chance you have of getting a smooth blend. So if I wanted to, for this one, because the colors are so far apart, what I might do is go in there with a more medium orange color just to help with this transition phase. So I'm going to see how it goes without it, and then if I need to, I'll pull in another orange here. So you can see it's not blending quite as well. However, it's not blending. I'm going to do a little bit of hatching here just with the tip, just to see if I can soften that. And I'm going to go in with the belly and do that massage again here. Just really focus on that seam and see if I can't kind of spread that out just a little bit better. Here we go. So that one, there's a little bit of a seam there, but you know, it's not too bad. And again, this is without using a blender. Blenders do help because they're just basically this without any color, so they're simply used for that blending stage. So you don't end up getting any more ink down, you just end up getting a little bit more color, or sorry, moisture down. You get that moisture that the page needs to kind of transition. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that blend. Actually, I think it looks quite nice. So there's our blends for the day. Again, this was green to blue. This was orange, dark orange into a deeper yellow, which is hard to believe because it looks so similar. This was very bright pink into a muted pink, and this was the more contrast orange to yellow. So I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, the markers I used today were Copic sketch markers, and the closer values that you have to each other, the smoother your blend is going to be. So the more markers you have, the better chance you have of having a good blend. Take care, everybody, and I hope to see you in a class soon. Thank you. Bye.